I'm Maddie Lee, joined by Joe Mussatto after the Thunder's 118-112 win over the Clippers. The Clippers coming to town. It's Paul George's first time back in Oklahoma City. Kawhi Leonard did not play, so we should get that out there up front. But the Thunder did a great job guarding Paul George in his return and came out with a win.
Yeah, I mean, the night started out, Paul George gets the standing ovation, not a lot of boos for him. And we kind of debated before the game what the reception would be like. And then once the game started, he was really hot to begin the game, I think 3 of 3. And then Terrence Ferguson, he just defended him so well the whole night.
Yeah, and George is a hard guy to defend. We saw in those first few shots that Terrence would go under a screen and he'd hit a shot. He'd go over a screen and get caught on it, but then was really able to get into a bit of a rhythm. You had Dennis Schroeder was able to switch on to Paul George in that second quarter and really did a fantastic job. Terrence Ferguson did get into a bit of foul trouble in the third and had to sit out for a chunk of time, but came right back in the fourth quarter and really gave Paul George some issues.
Yeah, and then another reunion against his former team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 nights after 32 points against the Suns, he had 32 more tonight. In the locker room after the game, he asked if this one meant a little more since it was against his former team, and he said he liked the other one better because he shot better against the Suns. So still a really good night for him, and he and Dennis Schroeder combined for 60 points. Just really good guard play tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we said, few caveats. Patrick Beverley was also out. But for the Thunder, Danilo Gallinari was a late scratch with some left ankle soreness, and Darius Bazley filled in admirably for him and played some really good defense.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of Bazley's probably best games of the year. The stat sheet, 7 points, 8 rebounds, but he blocked a couple shots. He had a couple steals. He looked comfortable handling the ball, and defensively, he's just so active and was all over the place. And he gives the Thunder probably a bit of a defensive upgrade over Gallinari, certainly a downgrade offensively, but filled in quite well.
Yeah, so the defense tonight was able to hold the Clippers while the Thunder's offense was not quite as good. And then you had guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dennis Schroeder coming in hot towards the end. Now the Thunder gets a bit of a break with Christmas coming up and not playing a Christmas game for the first time in years. So enjoy the Christmas break and enjoy some post-game video from
a lot of Thunder players: Steven Adams, Chris Paul, Abdul Nader, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Dennis Schroeder.
And then, of course, Paul George from the Clippers.